It's about racing. Project E. Finally, you show yourself. That's an FD. What's that? An H6.
I'm good, and then you start cranking on angle, you're like, oh, I'm not good.
What's going on, boys and girls, and welcome back to Project Zangetsu. Good morning, guys. It's about 7:40 a.m. in the morning, and I've just arrived at work. I normally come in a bit early because I normally have a lot of things to take care of at the same time, so that does create backlog. So my solution or strategy to try and get ahead of the work is to come in early, so that I can kill some of the backlog that I have. So that I have a bit of a smoother day going forward. But that isn't the reason why I wanted to jump on the camera today. I don't really have much to show or do in today's video. I just wanted to give a bit of an update and I guess maybe a bit of a catch up with you guys, because it has been a while since we've had actual car content, until about maybe 2 months or so ago. But yeah, the car's feeling really good since we took care of the limp mode. Things are going very well. The car is feeling fantastic. I might even dare to say that it feels the fastest and smoothest it's ever felt. In the time that I've owned the car, I think I finally feel like I've got my car back. Ever since I got it back from Brad. Some minor adjustments were made on the intake, so that it flows better and forces more air into the turbo. I tightened up the connectors between the intercooler and the turbo so that we don't have boost leak. I angled the intake as best as I could for it to have smooth airflow from the cone filter all the way to the turbo to induct into the rest of the engine, and it is feeling phenomenal. I'm just feeling hella grateful right now. And there is a bit of information that I didn't actually share with you guys that I was feeling a little bit self-conscious about, but it's been a rough year. You guys will remember that in November last year I was suffering from the valve cover oil leak issues, and then there's a mistake that I made where I thought the problem was bigger than it actually was, and it resulted in me making mistakes that caused the car to be bricked for some time. Now what you guys don't know is that during that same time I got evicted from my flat, and I had to go all the way to the Val to stay in a student accommodation which was organized for me by my producer. I say my producer because he's someone who was hiring me to write screenplays for him on the side, and it looked like it was going pretty well. I did, I think, about 3 projects for him that he paid me for, and it seemed like something that I could continue on a more like permanent basis and not actually need to have a day job, which has always been the goal, the plan, the dream, whatever you want to call it. So I think I got a little bit overzealous into thinking, oh, it's finally here, and then I prematurely jumped onto it. So what happened was, the funding that he got as a way to pay me was from something called NSFAS or NSFAS, which is basically like a bursary program for tertiary students. It also involves them having accommodation, and the reason why he had access to those funds is because he actually had a house that he ran as a student accommodation for those students, and he qualified for NSFAS funding. So something happened in the behind the scenes with NSFAS. I believe it had something to do with corruption, where the money stopped coming, and that happened just as I had quit my job at Sunny Car Rentals. So that led to me being evicted, and then the following 6 months after that were brutal. It was a thing of no income, sometimes no food for a number of consecutive days before I would able to like hustle or scrounge up something or beg the dude who's helping me out to give me some money for food and all that. So there was a lot of personal development and things like that I was doing, journaling, meditating, working out, and all of that stuff, trying to sort of like keep my mind sharp, keep my mental attitude positive, like I've always tried to keep it. And of course applying for jobs, trying to do whatever business thing I can for some income for me to survive, until I finally got a job at MMO Electronics. Now, at the time that I got evicted, the car wasn't driving, as I've just said, so I had to send it out to Brad at Scooby Works for him to keep for me and maybe sort out the issue where I had dropped a bolt into the transmission while I was trying to work on this valve cover thing. So he able to sort that out, and then I finally got the car back. But when I got the job, but the car wasn't running right because for some reason Brad took my original intake, the intake box, and replaced it with a cone filter cold air induction system, which ran all the way under the car. And that caused some issues. It made my MAF sensor very, very dirty. I had a lot of error codes on my ECU. The car eventually got into limp mode, and I was freaking out thinking that something was wrong with the engine. But eventually, when I finally took care of it with Doug's help, Doug Lang from the Vilasa racing team, we were able to shorten the intake, clean out the MAF sensor, and take care of all the error codes, and now limp mode is fixed and the car is back to boosting the way it should. And like I said at the beginning of this segment, I feel like it's boosting even better than it used to. That could be me exaggerating things and how it feels, but yeah, it's really feeling freaking great. There's a lot of progress now. I'm able to focus on other things on the car outside of the mechanical stuff. Now I can finally focus on the bodywork and sorting out the dents and my fender and all of that stuff. And it's just amazing how things like adversity can be temporary, if you just have enough resilience and fortitude to see it through and be patient and do whatever little steps you need to in order to overcome whatever obstacle you're currently going through. On the other side of that, things are very, very different. Things just brighten up. Suddenly there's space in your mind now to think of other things that you may have forgotten about, which were either plans or goals that you can now attack now that certain problems have gotten out of the way. So I guess this was just a very long roundabout way of me saying keep the dream alive. It's something that I genuinely, honestly believe in, and I've always wanted to be somewhat of an example of it to inspire others to do the same. And I feel like some of the events that I've undergone in my life are sort of testament to that. It sort of proves that I'm not lost in believing it. Of course, there are still challenges. There always will be. Life is never perfect. There's challenges that I'm undergoing here at work currently, but I take them on as a way to sort of build character and resilience and learn new things and just overcome new challenges. So yeah, not a lot of sense was made in this video, but I hope those of you that have watched up until this point have maybe garnered some sort of positive value from it, or some sort of motivation, if you will, because that's just how I'm feeling right now. Alright guys, we have now come to the end of today's video. As you can see, it is the next day, as per the outfit change and the change of scenery. But I hope you did enjoy that sort of like vulnerable share, a little bit deeper into my life, outside of just the car culture. I've always been a big fan of things like personal development and you know, things like being authentic and personal growth and dream chasing and goal setting and stuff like that. So I just thought this would sort of like be a way for me to be more into that and actually be about it rather than just talking about it. So I hope I didn't make any of you feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Don't worry about me, this wasn't a pity party or anything. It was just basically a journaling experience just to share with you guys how far I've come since some of the things that I've gone through, like some of the adversity that I've gone through, and how far I still intend to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys found some meaning in it. I hope you guys extracted some value out of it for any of you that might be going through something similar or might be consider changing your life in any way. I hope this brought some value or this helped in some way. So in any way, I'm gonna stop rambling now, guys. This has been Zangetsu and thank you so much for watching my video and supporting the channel. As usual, take care of each other, stay awesome, and keep the dream alive. Peace.